Welcome to the team, and welcome to the safety and security presentation. The intent of this reference guide is to educate team members about Fuddruckers' safety, sanitation, and security efforts. At Fuddruckers, no one is more important than our team members and guests. Safety is our number one priority. Security is everyone's business. Lax practices may lead to criminal invasions. Securing the building, providing safety for our team members and guests is critical to safety. When you demonstrate an understanding of this material, sign the safety verification form located at the end of this manual and give to your general manager. Safety and security issues must always be top priority when we are in the restaurant. A minor lapse in our thinking can create an opportunity for one of us to get hurt, and that's something we must prevent. Since team members are our most valued company's assets, we must practice great security in our restaurants every day. The following procedures are non-negotiable and must be implemented at all times. Any violation of the safety and security procedures may result in termination. Crime, do's and don'ts. It's probably one of the most frightening situations you can find yourself in, but there are a number of things you can do to prevent yourself from being a victim. Remain calm and keep hands in plain sight. Obey the criminal's commands, do not resist. They want your valuables, not you. Things can be replaced, you cannot. Consider all firearms loaded. Look at the criminals. Notice details to aid in describing them and their mannerisms. Note age, weight, height, clothing, tattoos, scars, etc. Watch the direction the criminal takes. Do not argue or fight with the criminal, nor attempt to run or hide. Do not try to persuade the criminal to give themselves up. Once a crime has started, it's too late to change their mind. Do not chase or follow the criminal. You could be mistaken for the criminal in a pursuit by police. After, call the police, 911, and remain on the line. Lock the doors. Ask any witnesses to stay until the police arrive. Call your supervisor. Don't touch anything the criminal may have touched unless aiding a victim. Do not discuss the crime with other witnesses or media press, as all should be making individual notes while all the information is fresh. Write down a description of the criminal and the weapon as soon as possible. Guest and team member security. Unauthorized individuals. Be aware of suspicious-looking people who are casing, stalking the restaurant, loitering around the restaurant, asking unusual questions regarding operational times, last person leave, location of the back door, number of team members on the shift during specific hours. Always be aware of your surroundings as if you're walking to and from your car. Walk in pairs and think safety first. Guest emergencies. In case of emergencies, remain calm. Notify your manager immediately for assistance. Follow posted articulated directions. Keep the other guests calm and organized. If a guest is injured in the restaurant, be sympathetic without accepting liability. For example, if a guest slips and falls, do not promise that we will pay for any medical bills. Do not place an admission of guilt. For example, people slip in that spot all the time. An incident report will be filled out by the manager on duty. Disruptive behavior. Always maintain a comfortable, safe, and enjoyable environment. Be on the lookout for potentially disruptive behavior. If confronted by disruptive or violent guests, please utilize the following. Number 1, get a manager immediately. If available, see that another team member remain with the guest. Number 2, stay at least 3 feet away and off to the side of the guest. Do not get in their face. They may feel threatened and they can escalate the problem. Number 3, remain calm in tone and physical composure. Pay attention to your body language. Crossing your arms can give a negative impression. Number 4, listen to the guest's explanation in its entirety. Do not interrupt. Chapter 2, Team Member Safety. Objective, prevent and manage accidents which may occur in the restaurants. Overview. Raising awareness of these top accidents will result in fewer accidents in the workplace. The following list of accidents can occur for a number of reasons, but all can be prevented. Slips, trips, and falls, back strains, cut and lacerations, burns and scalds, foodborne illness, blood-related, choking, electrical shock, eye injuries. Below is a list of the top 5 industry accidents: slips, trips, and falls, back strains, cuts and lacerations, burns and scalding, and foodborne illness. Slips, trips, and falls. Although slips, trips, and falls make the majority of all accidents reported in the workplace, they are the easiest to prevent. All injuries can be prevented, and it's everyone's job to help prevent them. Listed below are behaviors that all team members should follow in order to help prevent injuries. All accidents must be reported to the manager immediately, regardless of how small. Below you'll find a list of top things that will help prevent slip or fall in the restaurant. 1. Use non-skid mats. Use where water and grease can build up. Platform mats or other dry standing places must be provided where practical. All mats must be in good condition and must not form bubbles or bumps. Check daily to ensure mats are in good condition. Replace any worn mats. 2. Proper cleanup. Clean up drop food, spill liquids, and grease immediately. Keep entryways and high traffic areas free of boxes and trash. Keep clean and dry at all times. All workplaces, passageways, storerooms, and service areas must be kept clean and orderly. 3. Prevent grease buildup. Clean the floor thoroughly with approved floor cleaner. 4. Wear proper footwear. All employees must wear company-approved, properly fitted, slip-resistant shoes with rubber soles with a closed toe. 5. Post-wet floor signs. Use when mopping spills if liquid water is on the floor. Set on any wet floor to prevent guests or team members from slipping or falling. The floor of every workplace must be maintained in a clean and dry as possible condition. 6. Use step stools and ladders. Always use ladders or step stools to reach heights. Never use a chair or other seat to reach heights. These are not designed for this and will easily tip over. Cuts and lacerations. Prevention opportunities. Cuts and lacerations are injuries that break the skin. They result from accidents involving knives, food slicers, mixers, dicers, cutting edges of plastic film boxes, and equipment with sharp edges. Use knives properly. Keep fingers away from the tables. Wear safety gloves. Always wear safety gloves when cutting anything. Let knives fall. Don't grab a falling knife. Move out of the way. Use proper care of knives. Carry a knife with the tip or cutting edge down and blade out. Gesturing with a knife can result in injury. Don't do it. Do not use knives for opening boxes or as a can opener. Pick up knives by the handle only. Firmly grip a knife when using or cleaning it. Keep knives as sharp as possible. Clean knives properly. Don't put a knife in soapy water unless cleaning. Leaving a knife in the sink is an accident waiting to happen. Someone could reach and get cut. Clean and sanitize a knife frequently to avoid buildup of grease or slippery substances. When cleaning or wiping a knife, always keep the sharp edge away from your body. Cut properly. Use a cutting board with a cutting mat underneath to prevent the board and knife from slipping. Use proper utensils. Glasses, bowls, cups, or plates should never be used as an ice scoop. The risk of glass or dishes chipping while scooping is high. Use a scoop to break up the ice chunks. Never use your bare hands. Make sure you use plastic wrap cutters. Act safely. Nail staples and protruding sharp edges are dangerous when unpacking boxes or crates. What to do in case you get cut. Inform the manager on duty. Know the location of the first aid kit and manager phone number in case of an accident. Most cuts can be safely treated. Deeper cuts or any wounds that won't stop bleeding need emergency medical treatment. If the cut is severe and you cannot get them to a hospital right away and must wait for an ambulance to begin this treatment, 1. Rinse the wound and apply pressure to the cut with sterile gauze, a bandage, or a clean cloth. 2. If the blood soaks through, place another bandage over the first and continue applying pressure. 3. Raise the injured body part to slow the bleeding, but do not apply a tourniquet. When the bleeding stops, cover the wound with a new clean bandage. 4. Refer to the bloodborne pathogen cleanup. Safer lifting. Prevention opportunities. Back strains are usually caused by lifting improperly or not asking for help with heavy loads. Incorrect lifting can cause serious back injury. Remember, always use your knees and legs to lift, not your back. These accidents are avoided by using safe habits listed below. Store properly. Store heavy items at waist height and lighter ones at top shelves to avoid injuries caused by overreaching and incorrect lifting. Limit carrying heavy items. Never attempt to carry anything over 30 pounds without asking for help. Always limit the items you can carry to lightweight items. When in doubt, if you can't lift items, ask for help. Elevate. Stand on a steady, sturdy platform when lifting objects to higher shelves. Ask for help. Large and awkward objects can also cause back strain. Always use proper lifting techniques. Stand close to the object with your feet apart for balance. Squat with your back straight and your knees bent. Lift slowly with legs, keeping your back in a vertical position. Hold the objects firmly with your elbows in. Keep the items close to your body when carrying. When turning, make sure you use your feet. Do not twist your body or turn from your hip. Set the objects down by squatting and not bending over with your back. Burns or scalds. Overview. Burns and scalds of varying degrees of severity can result from contact with hot surfaces of grills, convection ovens, steam tables, kettles, and other heating equipment. Splattered, scattered, or spilled hot food and drink can also burn skin, as can steam and hot water. These accidents may be avoided following the safe habits listed below. Prevention opportunities. Handle hot food carefully and properly. Should be moved to cool and stored out of work areas. No traffic patterns for transferring hot food. Avoid walking with hot liquids. Use a cart and protective gloves. Never set hot pans in dish area where they can be grabbed or bumped accidentally. Stay out of cooking areas unless assigned. Store cooling products on proper racks. Do not leave hot pans or shelves or tables to be picked up accidentally. Wear hot mitts. Always wear when handling all hot pans or liquids. Must be free of holes, wear and tear, grease, or liquids. Wet mitts transfer heat and could result in steam burns. Plastic or latex gloves should never be worn without hot mitts, as the heat will cause the gloves to melt the skin and cause burns. Remove steam lids properly. Stand to one side of the pot so you're not in the direct line of steam. Turn your face away from the pot. Open the lid from the back, away from you, to allow steam to escape away from your body. Wear proper gear. Wear protective goggles, heavy-duty rubber apron, and mitts when filtering, filling, or handling hot oil. Beware of the fryer. Keep objects away from the fryer. Never sit anything on a surface that could fall and cause the oil to splatter. Keep the grill clean. Maintain grill top cleanliness by scraping to avoid buildup or particles that could splatter. Communicate. Warn others when moving hot liquids or products, especially when filtering and boiling out. Identifying types of burns. First degree burn. Recognizing burns that involve only the skin surface. Symptoms: redness, mild pain, and swelling. Treatment: place affected area under cold running water. Do not place in or on ice. Cover with a loosely dry dressing. Second degree burns. Recognizing serious burns penetrating skin deeper than a first degree burn. Scalding hot water, large grease accidents. Symptoms: blistering pain, wet appearance as fluids may leak. Treatment: place affected area under cold running water. Do not place in or on ice. Cover with loose dry dressing to guard against infection. Transfer or ensure victim receives professional medical treatment. Third degree burns. Recognizing this burn involves skin that actually catches on fire or has direct extended contact with extremely hot surfaces or electrical wires. Treatment: seek immediate medical attention. Do not remove clothing from burned area. Reporting contagious disease. Food employees are informed of their responsibility to report to the manager on duty information about their health and activities as they relate to diseases that are transmissible through food. In order to inform employees, the following information to be reported by food employees to the manager. Symptoms of illness, diagnosed illness. If the manager on duty knows that a food employee has been diagnosed with a foodborne disease, the general manager must report the disease to the local regulatory authority. The restriction, exclusion, and reinstatement of employees who report or exhibit any of the following symptoms: vomiting, diarrhea, jaundice, sore throat with fever, lesions, or have been diagnosed with the following: norovirus, hepatitis A, Shigella, E. coli, or Salmonella. Prevention opportunities. The best way to prevent a disease from spreading is hand washing. First step, wet hands first. Make sure to use warm water. Soap. Use the supplied antibacterial soap provided. Lather. Make sure to lather. Wash. Work all surfaces thoroughly, including wrists, palms, back of hands, fingers, and under fingernails. Rub hands for at least 20 seconds. Rinse thoroughly with clean water. Be sure not to touch the sides of the sink. Dry. Dry hands completely. Use a towel to turn off water and protect hands from soiling. Prevention opportunities. In the best interest of all team members to prevent the transmission of bloodborne pathogens in the restaurant, the best approach is to treat all bodily fluids of every person as potentially infectious. The following precautions should be taken to avoid the spread of pathogens when we come in contact with blood or bodily fluids from other persons. 1. Hygiene and sanitation. Hand washing is the single most effective way to prevent the transmission of most communicable diseases. Hand washing is necessary after a glove leak or tear, after removing gloves, after handling materials that may be contaminated with blood or fluids capable of transmitting blood-borne pathogens. Equipment including mops and surfaces contaminated with blood or fluids capable of transmitting blood-borne pathogens should be cleaned thoroughly and then disinfected with bleach solution. 2. Waste. Disposable sharp items such as needles or broken glass, if contaminated with blood, should be carefully handled and placed by the user in an approved puncture-resistant container. Suction fluids, excretions, and secretions may be carefully poured down the drain connected to the sanitary sewer system. Disposable items such as paper towels used to clean up blood or fluids capable of transmitting bloodborne pathogens should be placed in a plastic bag and disposed of with the regular garbage. Clothing and linen visibly soiled with blood or bloody fluid should be rinsed in cold water, placed in a plastic bag, and sent home. 3. Personal protective equipment. Appropriate protective equipment should be worn or anticipated exposure to blood or body fluids capable of transmitting bloodborne pathogens. 4. Disposable gloves. Disposable gloves made of materials such as vinyl latex, when intact, provide an adequate barrier to bloodborne pathogens. Disposable gloves should be worn for all procedures that may involve direct contact of skin or mucous membranes with blood or bloody fluids capable of transmitting bloodborne pathogens. Disposable gloves must be changed immediately after use and after contact with each individual before care is provided to another. Disposable gloves must be discarded and not washed or disinfected. 5. Accidental exposure. A significant exposure is defined as an injury during which one person's blood or body fluid containing blood comes in contact with someone else's broken, punctured, or chafed skin. Injuries of concern involve needles, sticks, sharp objects, and bites. If a significant exposure occurs in the school or work setting, A. Report immediately to a manager. Exposure to blood or bloody fluids may require immediate medical attention. B. Report to the manager who will assess the issue. Cleaning a blood-related accident. Only designated and trained individuals should clean up bloody or body fluids. Contact your general manager or director of operations for the designated individual in your area. Clean within the contained perimeter. 1. Discard all potentially contaminated food within the original perimeter, 10-foot minimum. This includes all food and beverage items. 2. Inspect outside the perimeter to ensure no object traveled outside the area. 3. Use 2 plastic garbage bags, doubled or a 2-ply garbage bag to discard all food items. These items should be treated as biohazard items. 4. Again, make sure you are wearing blue gloves to clean up the contaminated air. Other personal protective equipment such as protective eyewear and plastic aprons should be available for you when needed. 5. Do not allow blood to touch team members' clothes, eyes, or mouth. Always use a broom and pan to clean up glass. Never pick up glass with hands. 6. Wash and sanitize all non-disposable equipment within the perimeter, machinery, cutting boards, knives, etc. 7. Prepare a 1 to 10 ratio bleach solution, 2 cups of bleach, 1 gallon of water to clean and disinfect the area. Bleach will kill both HIV and hepatitis B virus. 8. After cleaning, promptly disinfect mops and any other cleaning equipment. Otherwise, you may spread the virus to other areas. 9. Put all contaminated towels and waste in a red bag or other appropriate sealed, labeled, biohazard symbol or label. Leak-proof containers. This is regulated waste. Call your local hazardous materials management for pickup. Choking. Recognizing choking usually occurs in food service operations because people are talking, drinking, and eating fast. Without chewing properly, young children and senior adults are particularly likely to have this type of emergency. Prevention opportunities. Precautions. Keep preparation areas free of foreign objects that might mix with food. Throw away chipped or cracked glasses and dishes. Be alert of signs of choking. Symptoms or signs of choking. Victim cannot breathe or speak. Victim turns blue or dark color. Victim hold hands around their throat. Helping someone who is choking. Stay calm and encourage coughing. Do not pat the person on the back or restrict the victim in any way. Perform the Heimlich maneuver if trained to do so. Get help immediately if airway is not cleared quickly. Electrical shock. The danger from electrical shock depends on how high the amperage or voltage is, how the current travels through the body, the person's overall health, and how quickly the person is treated. Prevention opportunities. The reasons are almost always carelessness, a faulty appliance or tool, or lack of knowledge about how electricity works. You can reduce electrical injuries and death by doing 3 things. Understanding how electricity works. Compounds such as wood and glass are not good conductors of electricity. Electricity will pass through the human body. If an appliance or tool is faulty or has shorted wire, for example, the electric current may try to find another path to ground. 2. Recognizing potential electrical hazards. Electrical systems should always be grounded. A safe path to ground for electricity is always from your body and confined within whatever piece of electrical equipment you're using. 3. Learning about safety devices that prevent shock. It is advisable to use tools and appliances with 3-prong grounded plugs, even if you have a GFI outlet. How to help a shock victim. Caution, do not touch a person with your bare hands if he or she is still in contact with the electrical current. Do not get near high voltage wires until the power is turned off. Stay at least 20 feet away, much farther if wires are jumping and sparking. Do not move a person with electrical injury unless the person is in immediate danger. Recognizing a shock results from extreme mental or physical trauma like serious burns or loss of blood. Symptoms or signs of electrical shock. Heart and breathing rate changes. Body temperature declines. Digestive metabolism slows down. Treatment. Have the victim lie down to avoid wasting energy. Cover the victim lightly with coats, extra uniforms, or aprons. Slightly elevate the victim's legs by placing something under the feet. Get medical help immediately. Eye protection. Knowing what to do for an eye emergency can save valuable time and possibly prevent vision loss. Here are some instructions for basic eye injury first aid. Prevention opportunities. Carefully open containers of chemicals or cleaning agents and replace tops tightly and discard empty containers properly. Wash hands immediately after handling chemicals or cleaning agents. Avoid contact with face and eyes. Direct steam away from the face. Keep soiled hands away from the face and eyes. Avoid splashing food products when handling. Store smallwares and utensils with no ends sticking out that would cause injury to the eyes. What to do if you're getting something in your eyes? Flood eye with cool water for 15 minutes. Get another team member to get a manager for you. Chapter 3, Food Safety. Proper handling of food and proper hygiene is the easiest way to prevent foodborne illness that makes people very sick and can even cause death. Foodborne illness is simply a disease that is carried or transmitted to human beings by contaminated food. Any kind of food can serve as a vehicle for foodborne illness. Food poisoning, caused by eating food that has become contaminated by bacteria, molds, viruses, or chemicals. Team members who do not practice good personal hygiene, including proper hand washing, can contaminate food. Reheating, cooking, cooling, and holding food at proper temperature are also important steps in preventing foodborne illness. Refer to the chapter on temperatures. Awareness of how foods are stored look, smell, and taste are very important when working with fresh products. Inform management anytime you're unsure of the quality of any product. The procedure for storage, handling, and preparing food does not change and will be followed by all Fuddrucker team members handling any food product to protect food from contamination. Bacteria are found on small surfaces. If bacteria are found moisture and warmth, they will multiply and can cause illness or food spoilage. It's important to handle all foods properly so bacteria does not multiply and cause food poisoning or spoilage. Clean versus sanitary. Clean when the surface is wiped free of dirt and debris. Sanitize when bacteria is removed by treating the surface with special sanitizers, reducing them to a safe level. Prevention opportunities. Sanitizing buckets and towels. Required at each workstation. Each work surface is sanitized before work begins and as needed throughout the day. The sanitizer solution must be at a level strong enough to reduce bacteria to safe levels and will need to be tested and changed as needed. Hand washing. Hands are to be washed and sanitized after handling any food, hair, skin, restroom break, smoking, eating, using gloves, and frequently throughout the day. Protective gloves. Worn at all times when handling foods and changed often when several surfaces have been touched unless otherwise directed by state, city, or county health codes. It is mandatory to use gloves when handling raw meats. Hand sinks. Maintain at all times. Hand sinks stocked with soap, hot water, and disposable one-time use towels. Temperatures. Food safety is critical to our business. Receiving, handling, and storing food are standard operating procedures that require safety, testing, and accountability. Therefore, it is important we verify food temperatures daily. Temperature. Improper cooking, reheating, and cooling provide the highest opportunity for contamination. Prevention opportunities. Cooking foods. Heat and cook products quickly with high temperatures, 325 to 350. Do not attempt to cook food in the steam table. Use approved method of grill top or oven heating cooking. Refer to your procedure and recipe manual for additional information. Reheating foods. Reheat food to internal temperature of 165 degrees for 15 seconds within 2 hours. Reheat product rapidly on the stove or on a flat top grill. Never reheat product in a steam table. Use the approved method of the grill top or oven heating and cooking. Reheat cooked products one time only. Discard at the end of holding time. Refer to your holding charts. Use a biotherm to check the internal temperature. Make sure to check temperature at the center of the product. Do not mix old batches of product with new batches. Hold food in a steam table at 150 degrees. Maintain proper steam table temperatures to protect against dangers and opportunities. Cooling foods. Hot food should not be covered until the product is completely cool. Moisture in closed area grows bacteria. Store hot foods away from other prepared products that are cold. Heat from a pan may increase the temperature around other products, which may cause bacteria to grow. Place cool food on higher walk-in shelves to prevent cross-contamination. Preventing bacteria. Understanding the temperature danger is a very important part of controlling bacteria growth and the most common cause of illness when not handling food properly. Between 41 and 135, bacteria grow and reproduce rapidly. Cold foods must be held at all times at or below 41. Only bring out cold product that can be prepped in 15 minutes or less, leaving remainder in the cooler. After prepping, return immediately to cold storage. Avoid hand contact with foods. Protect foods by keeping covered at and workstations clean. Ensure cold wells are kept below 41. Do not overload product stacked above the level of cold wells, since product at top will increase to room temperature. Thawing frozen foods. Never thaw foods at room temperature. Always thaw foods in a refrigerated area at 41 below. Thaw foods in perforated pans to allow moisture to drain. Avoid hand contact with foods. Protect foods by keeping them covered. Place thawing foods away from raw foods such as vegetables. Never thaw chicken or fish above meat or other foods. Never refreeze thaw foods. Chicken requires special care based on its opportunity for bacterial growth. Keep raw chicken covered away from other products. Keep raw chicken on a low shelf to prevent accidental spillage of liquid. Proper temperature when setting up 3-compartment sink. Wash sink must be 110 to 120 degrees with approved dishwashing detergent. Rinse water must be warm, 110 to 120, and clean. Sanitizing sink should be cold water below 90 degrees with approved sanitizer. Dishes must soak in sanitizer solution for 30 seconds or more. Air dry dishes completely and store after drying. Do not use 3-compartment sink for anything but washing, rinsing, and sanitizing dishes. Cross-contamination is the transfer of harmful microorganisms from one food item to another by means of non-food source, such as equipment, utensils, or human hands. It is critical to keep raw foods separated from cooked foods to prevent cross-contamination. This happens when bacteria from raw food contaminate cooked foods or other foods that will not be cooked before eating. Usually raw meats like chicken and fish and meat are the main source of cross-contamination when blood or juices from raw products get onto counters, cutting boards, utensils, and hands. Bacteria is transferred to other foods. Dripping products like chicken, fish, and meat can also contaminate each other. Never store thawed chicken above meat. FIFO, first in, first out. Proper rotation of food products is an important part of food safety. When product is delivered to the restaurant, all products accepted and stored must be dated with a marker on the box or can. This ensures that all are aware what products need to be used first. When storing delivered foods, older products must be rotated to the front or top of the storage area to ensure the older products are used first. Tools used in all Fuddruckers to alert team members. Date labels allow all to recognize the date that it was prepared. All team members are responsible for date-dotting all products. The shelf life of each product is also important. Each prepared product has a specific shelf life or holding time. Shelf life charts and holding times can be found in each station. Other prevention opportunities. Wash hands frequently. Wear protective gloves when handling foods. Change gloves after handling one type of food before handling a different type of food. Separate work areas, products kept butcher room, prep products in the prep area, etc. Sanitizing exclusion buckets to be kept in all work areas. Label all tongs, cutting boards, and spatulas for use with specific products. Below is an example of what should be used with each item. Personal hygiene. It is critical for all team members to follow standards in personal hygiene while working in the restaurant. You can easily prevent cross-contamination through the use of good personal cleanliness. Examples of good personal hygiene. Report illness or infection immediately. Report open sores or lesions of any kind. Team members must wash their hands before returning to work, eating or drinking, coughing or sneezing, smoking, touching raw products, scratching, using the restroom or telephone, handling soiled utensils, handling money. Maintain good personal hygiene routine. Wear clean uniforms. Use deodorant. Keep your hair clean and restrained. Take a daily shower or bath. Eat and smoke only in designated areas. Keep fingernails trimmed and clean. Use nail brush when washing hands. Brush teeth daily. Poor personal hygiene. Spread of disease or infection. Contamination of food. Cross-contamination. Bad first impression of your team at the restaurant. Chemical safety. Follow all warning signs on all hazard materials. Read labels, MSDS sheets on all materials. All hazardous material labels and safety material data sheets explain what the chemical is and its possible hazard. Some labels will show precaution of overexposure, treatment for overexposure, and safety equipment needed when using the product. Do not use chemicals if you're unaware of the safety precautions. Do not use bottles that are unmarked. All spray bottles are labeled with the appropriate labels and correct product inside. Never place chemicals into containers marked with another chemical, and never mix chemicals together. Proper cleanup and storage. Always clean up chemical spills immediately. Refer to the label for safe cleanup procedures. Always store chemicals away from food and items that could come in contact with food. Keep flammable liquids and compressed gases stored at proper temperatures. Some of these liquids and gases can be explosive when exposed to heat. Reaction to overexposure: dizziness, sick to stomach, skin rashes, nervousness, agitation, or sluggishness. Chapter 5, Fire Safety. More fires occur in a food service establishment than any other kind of business operation. In case of a severe fire, it is the manager's responsibility to get everyone outside to a predefined meeting place and call the fire department. Your restaurant must have an emergency action plan, including a safe meeting place during an evacuation, fire prevention plan, and ensure periodic training. Automatic alarms. Most Fuddruckers have an automatic alarm system based on smoke detectors. When smoke accumulates, an alarm will sound. An automatic signal is sent out to the local fire department. Nonetheless, fire departments should always be called prior to using a fire extinguisher. Fire extinguishers. Provide fire extinguishers for use. Select and distribute them based on the classes of anticipated workplace fires. Inspection, maintaining, and testing. Manager is responsible for the inspection, maintaining, and testing of all portable fire extinguishers in the workplace. Fire extinguisher instructions. Pull pin. Hold the fire extinguisher upright. Free hose, point, or aim at the base of the fire. Stand 8 feet back. Do not discard near or at a person's face. Squeeze lever and sweep away from side to side. Spray until the fire is out. Additional extinguishers may be needed. Immediately clean up the extinguisher spray. Once the fire is out, clean and sanitize all surfaces. Manager must call to service to refill the extinguisher. This concludes the safety and security presentation. Please refer to the person who presented the material before you for further instruction.